All right. You ready? It's been a while, I know it. Yes, it has been a while. Hello, Rick. Here we good. Yeah, you are. I know this is last minute. I didn't tell anybody I was coming on. I'm spontaneous like that. And I know it's been a long time since I did a real talk. So what's going to happen is this. All the people who didn't make it in, who realized that, damn, Shea was on last night and I missed them. Now you get a chance to watch the replay. You should have been here with just, let me see, we only got Joanne and Rick here, but that's okay because nobody knew I was coming on. I didn't even know. Last minute, really was. There go Byron. It's in the car. Wait a minute. It's in the car. Now, Byron been on me about the real talk for a long time. If nobody said nothing to me about that, he did. I don't care what video I post. He say, going live tonight. So we're gonna we'll see how this go and go from there. You guys know me. Sometimes I'll be on for a long time. Sometimes I can be on for 15 minutes and cut it short. I'm expecting a call. That's why I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. All right. Let me see. What's up, Big John? Oh, that's cool. Listen, Joanne was getting ready to go down to the store for dinner for tomorrow. To show you how important the Shea Show Real Talk is, she said, hell no. I'm gonna order from the Jews. That's what I was gonna do. I ain't gonna miss this shit. I ain't gonna watch the replay. I'm gonna come here and watch this shit live. Gazoo? There you go, Big John. Okay. Now, somebody said, how's Gazoo? I don't know. I hadn't seen him. I hadn't talked to him. Gazoo is different. He's real different. Out of everybody that I ever met since I've been doing this Shea Show shit, I say Gazoo is probably the most interesting person slash character I ever ran into. I mean, there was plenty. Don't get me wrong, but Gazoo was different. He was real different. He really was. He reached out to me. Here's the story of Gazoo. He reached out to me one day, said he was watching the videos and loved the videos, and he's going to come to Detroit because he's going to start buying some property in Detroit on the auction from the city site. I said, all right, cool. I want to meet you. No problem. He was coming from California. He's from Honduras. And I didn't know he could speak like Spanish. I mean, fluently. I mean, I thought it was just a brother. You know what I'm saying? Brother. You know what we do. We talk hood. And so that's another story. So I was working on Dan's 10 unit building, and I told him where I was and what the address was and how to get there. So I was there, in and out, contractors working, doing their thing. I come outside for a few minutes to get in the truck to do something. And I turn around and seen this Rasta guy getting out of the car walking towards me. He had one of those power to the people, black, white, what is that? Black, red, and green right on flags. He had this fucking cap on his head, this knitted cap in that color. I said, oh, he's like a militant. And bottom part was hanging so low. I said, something wrong with that guy's head. And he walked up to me and said, hey, what's up, man? I watch you all the time, blah, blah, blah. I said, you Gerald. He said, yeah, man. I said, I changed your name, bro. I told him straight the fuck up right there. I said, your name gonna be the Mighty Gazoo. He said, Gazoo? He said, why is that? Who in the hell is Gazoo? I said, listen, you ever watch the Flintstones? Yeah. That little green man with that little tiny green body and that big ass head, it seemed like it was holding down in his helmet. I said, you look just like that motherfucker, just a black Gazoo. He just started laughing. So, oh, okay. So as time went by, he's trying to buy some property. He bought a church and a church. I don't know how that shit happened. Like a church and a tax sale. So that worked itself out, and he gave the church back whatever was going on there. He was going to charge him rent. Then he bought this house on shit. I forgot where it was. But in the meanwhile, he bought a warehouse. I said, what the fuck is you doing with a warehouse? Oh man, I'm gonna go to the auction, man. I'm gonna start buying some cars and shit. You know that I'm a mechanic by trade. I said, well, that's not what you come here for. You come here to buy houses and fix houses up, not be a fucking car dealer. Oh man, I'm gonna got plenty of time for that. I'm gonna be here for a while. Okay. Time goes by. He got this warehouse that's falling apart. Y'all seen the videos. I'm making this shit up. And when I went in there, he had cars all over the fucking place. This motherfucker went to Mother Waddles on Livernois and was buying all these cheap ass cars. Some need motors, some need rear ends. He was just buying that shit. Like, there's a junk pile in there. I said, what you doing with these, man? Why are you buying all this shit? He said, well, that car only needs a motor. I can take care of that. That car needs a rear end. I think there's something else wrong electrical with it, but I'll figure that out. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? Yeah, really? He had like 10, 12 cars. He had this motorhome in there. I said, what you gonna do with the fucking motorhome? He said, oh man, I sleep in it sometimes. I said, oh, okay. And so y'all seen the video. So I'm walking around, I'm videotaping all this shit, right? And so I walk up to the to the motorhome. And as soon as I open the fucking door, I said, the nose, right? I said, watch the video. I said, God damn. Woo-wee. God damn. I said, this thing like a motherfucker up in here. I said that under my breath. He didn't hear that part. Then I said, what the fuck you been doing in here, man? Oh man, nothing sleep. I said, you been doing more than that, man. It smells like a fucking boom room up in this motherfucker, man. I said, I'm gonna get a blue light, man, and look for fucking semen all over this goddamn place. This motherfucker stink, bro. You sleeping in here like that? Oh man, it ain't all like that. I said, bro, I'm from the hood. I got a good sniffer. I know what shit smell like. I know what pussy smell. I know what all that shit smell like. I'm only 66 years old. I've been around for a while. I learned some shit in all these years. And so he got more off into that than the houses. So he was like conflicted. Then I went over there one goddamn day to the warehouse, and it was what the fuck was it? A backhoe digger. One of the ones that the city used. I'm like, what the fuck is that? The city about to do some work around here? And so I went in. I said, hey man, the city about to do some work. He said, why you say that? I said, there's a fucking gigantic fucking work backhoe digger out there. Oh, I bought that in an auction online, and I had it shipped here from Pennsylvania. I said, for what? I said, for what? He said, oh, you never know. Something might come up where I might need to use it. I said, I need to knock this motherfucker in the head. He got a lot of money. He's doing stupid shit like this. Oh my God. There's one thing after another, one thing after another. So now he's over there on the fucking east side, a house he bought on the east side, on East Grand Boulevard. I got a video of that shit. I went in there. It was like shit all over the fucking place. Like, I seen like 10 toilets, 8 vanities. I mean, all types of shit. And I'm looking at the fucking toilets, and I don't see no tops. I said, what you gonna do with these toilets, man? He said, I'm gonna use them. I might even sell some. I got a good deal on them, pallet full of them. I said, but where's the top? Oh, they came. That's why I got a good deal. They don't have the tops. How the hell you gonna put a toilet in somebody's fucking house? Ain't no fucking top. Oh, I'm looking online right now. I think I can find them. All right, Big John. I couldn't believe that shit. I could not believe that shit. I said, this motherfucker done lost his mind. Hold on. So as time goes by again, he got all this shit in that place. Now he's messing around with some hood rat that he met. Some hood rat he met. I mean, when I first seen her, I said, God damn. I said, you gonna get robbed, motherfucker. It's a hood rat. Oh no, man, she real nice, man. She real nice, Shea. Don't say that, man. She nice. I like her, man. I said, oh my God. He said, oh, okay. So he said, you know what we ought to do? He said, you ought to get somebody and me and whoever you find, we can all go out to movies and to dinner. I said, this should be interesting. This should be a story I can tell down the fucking road. I know how this shit gonna go already. I know this shit already. I said, yeah, all right, man. So I forgot who the fuck I found. I wasn't seeing nobody, I wasn't dating nobody, so it was kind of hard to find somebody to go out with me. But I know people. So I had a friend I hadn't talked to in a long time. I said, hey, I said, my friend wanted to go to a movie and a dinner. I know I ain't talked to you in a while and shit, but if you ain't doing nothing, you want to go? She said, yeah. She said, you always fun guy to hang around with. I said, okay, cool. So now I got me a date. And so where we gonna meet up at, man? We're gonna meet at the Bel Air. The Bel Air? The Bel Air on 8 Mile. Anybody in Detroit know the Bel Air right now? It's fucking hood. Oh my God! Mm, mm, mm. It's hood. And so we pull up, I meet him there. So the girl get out of his truck. She come up with some red fucking boots. I mean, all the way past her fucking up to her thighs and shit. I mean, fire engine red boots with this funny long weave and hood rat. It's fucking hood rat. That's all I can fucking say, hood rat. Just imagine this shit. I said, God damn. And she said, "That's your friend?" Yeah, that's my friend. She said, "He hang with people like that?" I said, "Hey, I'm just meeting for the first time myself. I'm just let's there might be some funny shit out of this shit. Let's just roll with it." We go into the fucking barrel, ain't nothing but niggas. I'm gonna say it. I'm black, I can say it. I got a pass. We walked in that damn place with nothing but niggas in that place. I mean, oh my God. To the right, to the left, all the fuck over. And it was all young and trash was on the fucking floor and shit. And I said, hell no. I was I was scared. I ain't going to hold you up. I was nervous. I was because I don't be around that type of shit. I stopped being around that type of shit years and years and years ago. I'm too old to be around Pookie them. Fuck that. I can't do it. So I just said, fuck it. We gonna get through this shit some type of fucking way. And so she wanted some snacks. So we sitting there getting the line. I'm looking at a couple of gang fights over the fucking corner, people getting shanked and shit over there and shit like what the fuck. And so she goes there and this is how she talked. I swear to God. He said, "I want some nacho with cheese." I said, "Oh hell." I looked at him. I said, dude, for real?" He said, "Hey, Shea, she cool, man." I said, "What they do in California? What part of California you from, motherfucker? Y'all don't have this shit here? This is it Bitch Queen Elizabeth? What's going on, man?" And so she got her nacho with cheese. We went in there, got some seats and shit. I don't think we made it through the whole fucking movie because Mother was talking all loud and shit, and somebody was down and out there was arguing and shit. All types of shit. You could, you're in a place where you can't tell nobody. Shh, don't try to watch the movie. You can only do that in white people land. You can't do that shit in the hood. You can't. See, if you around white folks in the theater and somebody even whispering, "Hey, hey, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gosh dang it. But in the hood, oh baby, oh baby, it was just terrible. I just feel, I think we made it to the middle of the fucking movie, and I just said, "Man, we got to go." He said, "The movie ain't over." I said, "Yeah, it is." I said, "It's getting late. We remember we gotta go get something to eat. I'm sure they're gonna have some reruns of this shit. Where we gonna go? You tell me where you want to go." Now we in Detroit, on the east side of Detroit. I'm figuring like Famous Dave. I like barbecue. And Famous Dave have a lot of shit on their menu, not just fucking barbecue. I say, it's kind of getting late, and we can get something from there. Really nice place, Famous Dave's. Yeah, all right, where is that? Put in my GPS. Put it in. I said, "I'll meet you there." It's on Ford Road in Westland. So a lot of white folks in there. They got the elevator music going and shit, and you know, a place that you can fucking feel safe. So yeah, I'm like, right? And so we go in. So the girl said, "How many?" I'm looking around. I said, "Well, there's only fucking four of us." I mean, how the fuck you mean how many? Four, unless you see something else. She said, "I just was asking." I said, "Okay." So we go sit down. We're looking at the fucking menu. It's not, there ain't caviar and all that shit on there. I mean, you got a lot of your basic ribs. You got chicken, you got hamburger. You got all types of shit. Sausage, all kinds of shit, right? And so I forgot what I ordered. My friend forgot what the fuck she ordered. The zoo ordered. She ordered. Maybe she couldn't read. I don't know. She ordered. It was like this big old Polish sausage, right? It looked really good. It had like slits in it with something else. Really good. When it came to the table, she said, "I want this." I wait for him to say something. Then he said, "Well, what's wrong? You ordered that." Yeah, I know I ordered it. When I'm looking at it, I don't know. I want to order something else. Again, I'm looking at him like, should you or should I? He said, and she was making such a stink about it. Let me see another. She called the waitress to bring another fucking menu. I said, that's when I said, you know what? Fuck this, right? I said, come on, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. So everybody looked and shit. I didn't have no better way to fucking say it. You know, lady said, let's go to the powder room so they can talk shit about their dates. He looked at me like, what? I said, no, no, like, not like that, man. You know, just gotta go to the bathroom, man. I thought maybe you needed to go too. No, no. Yeah, I think you do need to go, bro. I mean, just get it out, man. You know, just She looked like, what the fuck going on? She's so fucking dingy and shit. I don't think she really picked up on too much of it. And shit. He said, oh, yeah, you know what? I might well just go on. I said, yeah, there's one bathroom, man. Conference. We were in the fucking bathroom. And I'm like, first thing I said, man, what the fuck is wrong? Man, I went in on it. I said, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? He said, what are you talking about? I said, that 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 thing in there. Oh my God. I said, that bitch is so fucking ghetto, man. I have never seen, if you look up the word ghetto in the fucking dictionary, I bet you her picture is there or should fucking be there. I mean, she's like that bad. I said, man, you didn't pick up on that shit, man, when that bitch said, I want some nacho with cheese. I said, that didn't do it for you, bro? I mean, that was way back when. He said, oh, man, you know, people, I don't judge people by the way they talk. I said, well, you should. Especially if you're taking somebody out in fucking public with you, bro. That means a lot. Birds of a feather flock together. That's not who you are, bro. I said, now you go in there. I said, you go in there and tell her you ain't ordering shit else. You're going to eat what's on your plate. I can't tell her that. I'll tell her. Oh, no, no, no. No, I'm going to show you how this shit is done, man. Fuck that shit. We go back to the fucking table. And she said, well, I want, she looked at me, she looked at the motherfucker and said, I want this. I said, you can't have that. She said, what? I said, you're going to eat what's before you. I said, that man, you ordered that. And that man was really nice enough to buy that for you. I mean, what's happening when the next shit come out here you don't like? It don't work that way, honey. Just, eat what you have. Be appreciative. It's good. I had it before. I'm telling you right now, that shit is really good. Eat it. Eat it. Because, man, here's the menu. We don't need this. We don't need this no more. Shit. He looks at me like, okay, okay. I said, man, that's what you should have been doing. I said, when you first met her, dog, you shouldn't even wave at her, even say shit. I don't even know. I don't know what possessed you to even get in a conversation with this woman. What did you talk about? Man, I said, you speak another fucking language. She speaks hood. That's it. It's not even fucking English, bro. No, I didn't. No, Byron, I didn't do no video today. I don't do videos every day. I just don't. Actually, I did. I take that back. I did. I didn't post it. It's still on my camera. I did. I went to Mickey D's today, and when I was driving down Livernois, in Detroit, you see all kind of crazy motherfuckers, right? So I'm riding down Detroit. I mean, down Livernois. I'm riding down Livernois, and I'm like, this guy is standing in the middle of the fucking street doing this shit. I was walking into the cars. I said, something wrong. Immediately, I said, something wrong with that motherfucker. He off his fucking rocker. He ain't took his meds. So soon as I got ready to drive past on light change, he almost stepped in front of my fucking car. I said, get the fuck back, man, with your crazy ass. Something wrong with you, man? And I kept going. So I went to McDonald's. I got in line. I ordered a number three, a double quarter pounder with cheese, whatever the fuck it was. And so while I'm waiting in line, here come crazy. He coming over to the window. There's a car in front of me, and he's still doing all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I rolled my window up. I said, I'm at the key with this motherfucker, right? I can see it because I paid for my food and I ain't jumping out this fucking line. And so I seen him go up to the car. I don't know who was in the front car, but I'm thinking they was nervous. And he was saying something. He was still doing all this kind of shit. I said, I know you didn't know him. And he had this much room where he can actually stand between the car and the window where they pass you the food. And so all of a sudden, my man jumped back and the guy rolled down the window. He said something to him. So he's like, okay, well, he started acting. So he grabs his food and he leaves. I'm pulling up. So now when I pull up, I knew already he was standing between the car and the window. So what I did, I did a video. I pulled close to the window as I could so he couldn't even come between the car. Because now what I'm doing is I pull it so tight, there's no possible way he can wedge. So what I'm doing ahead of time is like, okay, now this motherfucker get ready to try to squeeze through here. I got to do something to him because I already peeped this shit. I peeped that he's fucking crazy, so I don't know what this fucking gonna do. So I tight. I rolled my window back up. And so he tried to lean on my car. I did a video. I'm not making this up. He said, what did he say? I hope you don't mind. He said, I hope you don't mind me leaning on your car. I said, yeah, I mind. Oh, okay. So he did. He jumped back like this. So when the girl came to the window, I said, get this motherfucker away from here. Get him away from here. I'm a paying customer and shit. I want to be around this type of shit. She said, I don't know him. I said, listen, do something with this guy. He was telling me, I want to see the manager. I said, back up, bro. He's trying to stick his head around and talk to him. And so he raised his hand and the girl jumped and she screamed like, it's in the video. I ain't making this shit up. And so people came to the window. And I said, hey, y'all need to get this man away from this fucking window. I mean, he's going to run y'all customers off. I'm telling you right now. They said, sir, you got to get away from the window. You can't stand there. I want to see the manager. Well, you got to come in and see the manager. I said, you heard her. Go ahead and see the manager. You got to move from here, bro. So he convinced to go in. So they handed my food and I left. I mean, the shit I see here, amazing. No, we didn't catch Pookie and Ray Ray. But we got pictures. The neighbor took pictures. The police came just in time. Daryl pulled in when the guy was standing in front of the door of the house with the board off the damn door. So as soon as Daryl pulled in the driveway, they took off. They beeline. But they didn't get nothing. And it was broad daylight. It was like 6:30 in the afternoon. I thought Pookie and them slept through them damn hours so they can, work all night. So since I've been doing this is the first time I can remember somebody trying to break in broad daylight with neighbors sitting out on the porch and shit. That's a first. I couldn't believe that shit. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, buy your GoPro. Go buy your GoPro. And if you want to spend $300-400 on a GoPro just to start doing videos, I'm not certain if I would spend that kind of money right now if you're just starting. I mean, I didn't start with GoPros, none of that shit. I started with cheap ass cameras. Just because I don't know if I was gonna really keep doing this shit. Volante from New York brought me a flip minnow. Go on Amazon, and look up flip minnow camera. Flip minnow camera. You probably get one for like 60 or 70 bucks, maybe 100. It's HD. It's a 2-hour camera, but use lithium batteries. They last longer. And and then when you do your video, wait a minute, sure. Okay, I guess I'm about to do a commercial. This is the flip minnow. It's really small. And on the side, the red button is record. You can delete on the left side and something else on the right side. It's really easy. And when you get ready to upload it, boom. Right into your computer. So that's the flip minnow. It's a good camera. And you got an attachment right here where you can watch it on TV. So yeah, it's not bad for like under 100 bucks. Yes, you won't be disappointed. Get the one that has the battery, the 2 AA batteries. Don't get the one that got a charge by with an internal battery. Don't get that one. They ain't work. They don't work. I'm feeling fine, Barbara. Am I not talking fine? Am I not talking fine? How was your chicken pasta? That chicken pasta was pretty good. He didn't lie. It was pretty good. It was so much I couldn't eat it all in one setting. I saved some for the next day. Barbara, I was doing fine. I'm still in my right mind. I still got all my hair. Look, see. At at my age, I thought my hair was the shit I'm doing. Shit, I would have thought my shit fell out a long time ago. I take care of my hair. I take care of my hair. You know that. I'm always washing, conditioning, putting protein in it, sitting under the dryer 10 minutes. There's a lot. That's why a lot of people don't want to mess with hair like that. They cut it because it's too much upkeep. It's too much upkeep for your hair. I've been doing it since I was 16, and I'm 66 right now, so I've been doing it for years. I've been doing this shit for years with my hair, long time. My hair used to be longer than this. All right. So anyway, that's the story of Gazoo. Where he is right now, I'll never know. Barbara, I'm going to do my finger wave one more time. I might even do it for my birthday. I can only wear my hair two ways: ponytail or a wave. When your hair is long like this, you can't do a lot of shit. What's up, Lynette? What's up, pen to paper? Is she still here? Wait a minute, I'm trying to do something. Trying to do something. There you go. All right. There you go. So yeah, I had a lot of story with a lot of different fucking people, but I would say I would say Gazoo was the most interesting. He was the most interesting. I mean, I had some interesting people. I mean, everybody has their own particular story. Everybody who fucking came here from Terry, New York. Oh, she's a loony. She was different too. Oh, she was different. Leonard was different. Man, Leonard was different. He really was. We had our differences in the end, but I still like Leonard. I still like Leonard. I know Leonard had an issue when he first got here. I picked up on it a little bit when I first talked to him on the phone. I said, "This brother got a problem." You know, the world is full of people like that. And I was doing a video in Hazel Park. I'll tell you in a minute about Lori in Hazel Park, and my phone rings. It's Leonard. I never knew Leonard, never met him. This is my first time talking. He was a caller. He happened to call me in the middle of the video. He said, "This Shea from J. I said, "Yeah, who is this?" He said, "Leonard. This is Leonard from Buffalo, New York." I said, "Hey, Leonard from Buffalo, New York. How are you doing?" He said, "Listen, man, I just want to move to Detroit." Well, listen, man, I said, "He's a nutcase." I said, "Listen, just call. I'm in the middle of a video. Just call me back. Just call me back later, man, and we'll talk." I'm thinking like, okay, he a crackpot. He ain't gonna call me back. So we left, did a video. I told Dave, I said, something wrong with that motherfucker. I said, Dave said, he gonna call back? I said, nah, that motherfucker you can call back. It's just some Looney Tune off the fucking internet. I get those calls all the time. So we riding. All of a sudden my phone rings. I said, hello? He said, hey, you tell me to call you back. I said, I did. Oh yeah, I did. Leonard, Buffalo, New York. Yeah, man, this is it. That's what I want to do. I just want to move to Detroit, man. You know, because I was a DJ too. I said, you a DJ too? Yeah, man, I want to move to Detroit, you know. I like what you're doing down there. I said, all right. You got something for me, like about $500? I said, yeah, man, I got. Now I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna fuck with him now, right? I said, I know he's crazy, and I know he ain't gonna come through. I said, yeah, man, I got something for $500. He said, well, I sent it to you. I said, okay. I said, I got a P.O. box, man. So I give him my P.O. box information and shit, never thinking that this motherfucker was going to send me $500. Not only did this motherfucker send me let me jump the story. 2 days go by, he called me. He said, you get that money yet? I said, what money? You said $500. I sent to you already. You did? You did? He said, yeah. Okay. Well, I got to check my P.O. box, man. I hung up. I said, this motherfucker really sent me $500? Damn, man, if I could scam 10,000 more people like this, man, I'd be good. So I go to my fucking P.O. box, open it up. There's Leonard. There's a letter from Buffalo, New York. Leonard. Forgot his last name. Leonard, whatever the fuck it was. I opened it up, and it wasn't a money order. There's 5 $100 bills. He mailed 5 $100 bills. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I said, hell no. So I seen his number, so I called him back. I said, man, you did send money. I said, you ain't gonna send that money, man. I said, now this shit getting real. I said, so when you supposed to be coming down here? You know, get my stuff together, man. I'll let you know. I said, yeah, all right. Not thinking again. I said, okay, this motherfucker ain't gonna travel all the way to fucking Detroit and shit. I just got me $500. 3, 4 weeks go by. I forgot all about it. Dan in Israel had a house on Roseline. I got a video where I evicted those people out the house. And I was going over there to try to meet DTE to turn the gas lights on. My phone was like 8:30 in the morning. Because DTE said he's going to be there at like 9 o'clock. So my phone rings. It's Leonard. After 3, 4 weeks of that $500, I said, what's going on? He said, man, I'm here. I said, you was where? In Detroit, I'm here. What do you mean you here? I'm at the bus stop, the warehouse station downtown. So you need to pick me up. I said, this motherfucker actually came. Oh my fucking God. I cannot believe this shit. Now I got Leonard here. I said this before in another video. I had a couple of choices. One choice was just ignore this motherfucker, put him on block, and maybe he'll just get back on the bus and go back to where the fuck he came from. That was a quick out. And my conscience got to bother me. Said, don't do that shit. Just see if we can get this motherfucker to go back soon or something. Because I just know this shit is going fucking left already. I know it already. I said, listen here, man, I'm on my way to Dan's house. I gotta meet DTE over there. So when I leave from there, I'll come downtown, pick you up. And all the way downtown, I was like, should I just turn around and go back another way and forget this shit? I gave myself a second chance. The closer I got to downtown, I said, I got to go through with this shit. So I called him. I said, what you got on? It's like a whole bunch of people out there. Wow, a whole bunch of us's out there, right? So, you know, you see, sometimes you see one black, you see them all. But anyway, I said, what you got on? He said, I got a, what is it? He said, I got a yellow shirt on, man. It's yellow and black. That should be hard to pick out. So as soon as I got off at fucking Howard Street off of the Lodge, if you live in Detroit, if you're coming down the Lodge and you see Howard Street, that's where the Greyhound bus station is. Get off right there. So as soon as you come up, right at the light, you look right to your right, there's a Greyhound bus station. So a whole bunch of people stand out there, a whole bunch. So I'm looking, people picking people up and dropping people off, so you just can't stand. And so I'm looking through the crowd, and what do I see? I see this motherfucker with one of them furry ones. It's old. A jogger suit with fur on it, like a tiger. It had black and yellow, and he had a fucking do-rag on. I said, hell no, this cannot fucking be happening. He like a bumblebee with a fucking do-rag on. That's what he looked like. So, you know, you've seen videos of Leonard before, you know, he got a little pea hair, right? So I had to go down a little bit and turn around. So I get ready to get this motherfucker in the car. And we're like, okay. So he get in, he opened the door. He immediately wanted to fucking start talking about videos. So people honking and horning at me. I said, get in, goddamn. Get in. Just come on, man. I can't hold it. Just get, we talking on the way, man. Okay. So he gets in the fucking car. And he got his fucking, what the fuck you call that? You put all your clothes and shit in. It's like an army. You ever seen those army dudes at the airport with those big old green things? They got all their belongings and shit in there. I forgot what you fucking call it. But he got one of those. So he throws it in the van, car. I forgot what the fuck I was in. And so we started driving. And I said, this ain't good. Then he started talking. The more he started talking, the more he kept talking, I realized I should have just got off at that other exit, turned around, put this motherfucker on block, and kept going. He don't know me. He don't know where I live. None of that shit, right? So I said, oh my God, where am I going to take this motherfucker to? It just so happened on the street, Benatar on the east side, I did have a fucking apartment that I had just finished. And I said, let me take him there. I gave him that for $500. He fucked that place up. I gave him $500. So we get there. He said, and I had just had it freshly painted. I put new carpet down. He was like, this is nice. I said, where the rest of your shit, man? Where the rest of your shit coming? He said, what stuff you talking about? I said, the rest of your furniture and all that shit. Ain't you shipping shit here? No, man, everything out, man. It's right in the bag. I knew I really fucked up there. When he said that shit, I said, oh, hell no. I said, well, where you going to sleep at, man? Right here in the floor, man. Just, you got to do cotton bag. I ain't used to this kind of stuff, man. This is nice. Fuck. So I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here looking. What he do? He gets on the fucking floor and curls up in a fetal position and moved around like that a little bit. He said, yeah, that's nice. I can do this. I'm going to sleep right here. This is my bed. I said, oh my God, did I really fuck up, right? This guy's fucking Looney Tune. I mean, he's Looney Tune. All combined in the fucking one. Just one big fucking Looney Tune. And so I said, you know what? I can't let this motherfucker go out like that. I just felt so bad. I said, I got a retard that I got to find a way to help take care of. Oh my God. I made this motherfucker my personal responsibility. I did. I looked out for a minute. I said, come on, man. He said, where you going? I said, I'm going to Sears, man. I'm going to get you a few things. Now, remember, I'm on the east side of Detroit. The Walmart we went to, the Sears we went to is on 7 Mile and Middlebelt. That's Livonia. That's a long way from the east side. I went through a lot of shit, right? So we go there. I'm getting some sheets and some other shit for him and just whatever the fuck. And so I said, well, he got to have something to fucking warm some food up or something. So let me buy this motherfucking microwave. So I got this. I said, grab that microwave right there, man. You gonna get that for me, man? I said, man, just grab that microwave, man. You got to eat, And later you can get a stove or something. So you get the fucking thing, the microwave. We on the second floor. Now the escalator's going down. Now he right behind me. I get on the escalator. Takes you. You ain't got to fucking walk unless you want to. It takes you down. So the time I got down, I'm thinking he's right behind me. I looks up. He still was up there. I said, what you doing up there, Leonard? He said, man, I ain't getting right there, man. That's dangerous, man. I can't get on that thing. The fucking escalator. What you fucking mean you can't get on this thing? Just put one foot in front of the other. He said, I don't know, man. I don't know. I said, this motherfucker, he ain't never been on the escalator? Oh my God, I couldn't believe this shit. Now I know I really, 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 really fucked up, right? And so by the time I said, man, just put your foot down on the thing and catch the other step when it's coming out of the thing and just step on it, bro. That's all you got to do. It's going to bring you right down. I mean, it's safety. I'm telling you. So there's this white man over in the corner, not too far from Leonard. He was looking. I guess he was like, man, this motherfucker can get what the fuck? And so soon as Leonard put his one foot down, he didn't move his other foot. It stayed up here. Now he's doing a Chinese split. Yeah. He makes some fucking weird ass noise and shit. He got a microwave. White man like, I'll save you. White man runs and he grabs the fucking thing. His fucking thing was like, hey man. I was sitting down and said, now how come I ain't got my fucking camera? Nobody would never believe this shit. Why do all days I ain't got my fucking camera? I should have my camera rolling. As soon as I put up and got this mother, I should have my camera rolling. This would have been some finished shit. I said, okay. And so the guy told him, there's a fucking elevator over there. I said, you can't ride the elevator, right? Because that's how we got up here. Yeah, man. So I'm laughing my ass off. I can't believe what the fuck I just seen. So I dashed my ass around to the elevator. I'm waiting on those doors to open because I'm gonna lose my shit. As soon as the doors open, his glass was like this. His do-rag was turned like a quarter inch to the side and shit, like he just seen a fucking ghost. I said, hell no, I lost it, right? Man, I laughed all the way back to the fucking car. All the way back to the fucking car. I just couldn't believe this shit. I couldn't believe it. So I text him back. I get him all settled. Shit, some time go by. Now Lori living here. Now Lori in town. So Lori here. That's another story. He loved Lori. This guy loved Lori. So I said, she said, you talking later? I said, no, I ain't talked to him in a while, but we need to go over there. I said, because that's a really rough neighborhood over there. Just I want to make sure he's still alive, and nobody did nothing to him. They say God protect babies and fools. That gotta be true. Because over in that fucking neighborhood, somebody like Leonard wasn't supposed to make it. But I guess it's this thing, this unwritten rule in the fucking hood. If you see a crazy motherfucker, you just ignore him. So that's the only thing I can figure. They probably just ignored him. They know he's fucking, bats. They knew it. I mean, you in the hood. They're looking for targets. They know who fucking good, who bats. He just blended in. So we call him, see what he's doing. He just finished his bounty hunter course. What are you gonna do? What are you doing? Man, I'm a certified bounty hunter now. I was no license bounty hunter. I got my license, everything. A bounty hunter? What are you gonna do some shit like that? You just, man, get good money, man. You catch all the bad people, man. Catch all So I'm certified now. I was a bounty hunter. I said, well, you don't find a whole bunch of that shit in this fucking hood, bro. So you might make a lot of money. I said, but you gotta be careful with that shit, man. Don't do that. So we go over there. This motherfucker comes out to the car. He got a whistle around his fucking neck, some little fake badge, and a billy stick, and that do rag. I'm like, what the fuck? And I told him, I said, dude, I said, you cannot be walking around with a fucking badge and shit like that in this neighborhood. I know it's fake. Not as real. I said, there's more reason not to walk around this neighborhood with that shit. I mean, what's wrong with you, man? Man, go back and take that shit off, man, until we get out of here, man. Shit. Hell no. Don't play that shit around. Don't play that shit over here, man. I couldn't believe it. Him and Lori was always getting on him about something. At some point, we called him the Bishop Leonard. Let me tell you how that happened. We all went to a house, and it was I don't know. Somebody was getting ready to buy this house, and I went to go look at it. I got a video of this shit. And we go in this house. This is their first experience going into a house, doing the Shea show thing, right? I said, y'all get a chance to see what this shit really like now. Y'all here live and shit. We're going into this fucking house. We go in there. It's been sitting empty for a long time, and mold, mildew, all kind of shit. Dishes filled up and shit all over the fucking house. Closets full of clothes. People just left it like that, just left. And so we were out doing a video and shit. I'm looking for Lori. I'm looking for fucking Leonard. They're in the closets. Like this at the fucking thrift store. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, this is nice. So Lori found this fucking this choir robe. Lori's in the church back in Chicago. So it was a beautiful choir robe. He said, Shea, can I have this? I said, hey man. Well, no, this is, we in one of your houses and you're doing it for a client. They don't want this shit. You want that, take it. So she takes it, she folds it up real nice and neat and shit. Must have been some religious people there. Now, Leonard finds this fucking, I'm looking for Leonard, and I go in the other room, and it was this bishop's coat, long bishop's coat. All the way, it was oversized. You know it wasn't for his size. He had that motherfucking bishop up coat on there. As soon as I hit the door, I looked, I said, hell no. I said, what are you doing? He said, man, I was a bishop, man. You didn't know that? I've been looking for a coat like this. I've been looking for one just like this. Look at it. Can I have this? I said, yeah, Leonard, you're the Bishop Leonard. You can have it, man. I'm like, I can't believe this shit. She found a choir robe. He found a bishop coat. So it was the strangest shit. But we got through that, right? So time go by. I'm looking for, now Lori was living in my 4 unit. My office was upstairs. So I gave Lori the unit downstairs. And so when I came out of the office one day, I heard all this church music going. I said, what the fuck? Coming out of her apartment. So I'm knocking on the door. Music is loud. So I said, she probably can't hear. So I'm knocking on the door again. I'm practically beating on the damn door. She finally comes to the fucking door. She got a church song choir playing real loud. She opened the door and she went back. She had a choir robe on. She was doing this. She was into it. I thought it was fucking, I was looking around for the people. She was really into this shit. I said, damn. She thinks she's a fucking church. So I'm looking at her. I said, go ahead and finish your sermon, whatever it is you're doing. We're going to do a video? I said, no, just stay with the church. I'll be back. So I leave out. Time go by. We go back to check on Leonard. We sit on the porch. Me and Dave and Lori. We sitting on the fucking porch. It's summertime. So we knock on the door. He comes out. Dirty do-rag. Same old shit. We're all sitting there talking. He said, well, hold on for a minute. I'll be right back. So he goes back in the house. I knew what the fuck he's going in for. He puts on his bishop coat. He comes right back out with his long bishop coat. This oversized, not his side, it was dragging the fucking ground. I looked at Dave. Dave looked at me. And I said, the Bishop Leonard. So I said, the Bishop Leonard. And so Lori and Dave broke out laughing. I wasn't trying to be funny. The bishop. His name is Leonard. He's wearing a fucking bishop coat. So I said, the Bishop Leonard. And so I said, you say you're a bishop, right? He said, yeah. I said, give me a sermon. Just give me a sermon or give me a passage out of the Bible. Because if you're a bishop, you're supposed to know something. Give me a scripture. Wait, let me see the pictures. Let me see. I said, just pick one, whatever your fucking favorite one is. Just let me hear it. I need saving today. I'm a heathen. And he said something he made up some shit, had absolutely nothing to do with a Bible scripture or verse or nothing. But he tried to turn it into one, like I knew what he was saying. So Dave looked at him. I said, what did he say, Dave? Break it down. You know how they fuck with Dave. I said, what are you saying, Dave? He said, man. He said, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I said, well, interpret it. I said, better yet, Leonard, so what did you just say? What did that mean? He said, peace to all men. I said, all that shit you said come down to peace to all men? Yeah, man. I said, yeah, use the bishop. Use the bishop. Oh, my God. Between him and Lori, they're both characters. They really was. There was like it was something with them two. It was always something. But Lori was a good person while she was here. She was here for like almost 3 years, and she got homesick. She didn't know nobody. She did join a church here. She did join a church here, but she didn't really know nobody. So on the weekends, what she would do, she'd go back to Chicago, where people that she knew. She would go back to Chicago like on the weekend sometime. Which was cool. And I told her, I said, you need to make some friends. You need to make some friends. Something, honey. You sitting there, and, well, I'm fine. I'm fine. I take some ride from time to time. I go here, I go there. I go get me something to eat. I go to the market. I said, oh, okay. She was, she was, she was, she was something. But she started getting homesick. I seen it early on that she was like, the more she kept going to Chicago, I told Dave, I said, she ain't gonna be here long. And she came and told me, she said, Shea, I learned so much from you about real estate. And I'm so glad I had this opportunity to come down here and meet you and work for you and meet Dave, and be in all these nice videos. She said, I need to go home. She said, I'm just, I just need to go home. I miss my friends and stuff. I don't want to put you off and put you in a bad spot. I said, no, honey, you ain't put me in no bad spot. If you need to go, man, just go. I get it. You homesick to go. Shit. The Shea Show was going on before you got here. The Shea Show will continue to go on after you leave. So I ain't mad at you. I'm glad you came. I'm glad to spend time with you. That's that. So we do talk right now. She's working for a real estate company, and they used to take her out on the scene, evaluate houses or whatever. And when she started talking, they didn't realize how much knowledge she had with real estate already. They were saying, you know a lot about real estate. Where did you learn this? Did you go to school? She said, no, no. She said, I was on the Shea Show. And they think, the Shea Show, what's that? Oh, and then she tried to explain. There was this guy in Detroit who do real estate. And I went down there and I worked under him for like 3 years and I learned a lot about real estate. He said, he taught you a lot. Yeah, Barbara, he left that house disgusting. He really did. By the time I got Leonard out of there, he went back to New York. I said, Leonard, I said, don't leave my, I knew it was kind of fucked up. I didn't know how bad it was. I said, Leonard, you know what I do? By that time, me and him had fell out. I said, you know what I do? I said, as long as you leave my shit clean, I said, I won't put you on blast because you know that's what I do. I mean, people know you in there. I'm gonna take that. This is that. He gone. By the time I get over there, and look, y'all seen the video, Barbara seen the video. Oh my God. That was the most disgusting thing I have ever seen in my life. Somebody was living like that. Disgusting. I mean, my place didn't even look like my place no more. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I said, you know what? I was really mad. I was really mad because I had to send people in there almost with hazmats to clean that fucking place out. It was so bad. No, I sold that house, Joanne. I sold that house. When did I sell that house? I sold that house. Let me see. Was Pam still around? Yeah, I think she came. I think I sold that house 8, 9 years ago, somewhere around there. He was talking a lot of shit on Periscope. That house I bought from Castle Rock in New York for $1,000. I bought that house for $1,000. And when I got there to be on the east side, I didn't really want it because I didn't want to. I didn't want to be on the east side. But when I went in and seen the condition of the house, it was really good. The plumbing was there. The furnace was there. It was still copper plumbing. I couldn't believe all that shit was there in this neighborhood. Couldn't believe it. Could not fucking believe it. So I talked to Castle Rock and talked them into selling me the house for what they bought because they buy houses in bulk. So they said, "Well, listen, Shea, you do a lot of work for us. We bought the house for $1,000. Just send us $1,000 and we'll put the deed. We'll sign a deed over to you." Hell yeah. So yeah, I got the house for like $1,000. That house, that was Dan's house, the fish tank lady. That house was on it's on right off of Wyoming and Westmore, right near the Dairy Queen. Anyway, that was Dan's house. That house been gone for years. I got a lot of stories about that damn house. Especially the chick I evicted from upstairs, Maryland. Oh my God, she was a piece of work. That one was a piece of work. She got to the point where she didn't want to pay her rent. She came up with every fucking excuse to not pay her rent. You need to do this. You need to do that. I said, "Oh, a professional tenant, just what I fucking needed." You know. And she said, "You just going to put me out." Blah blah blah. Yeah, I put you. I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no issue with that. And so this is where the court system. This is where the court system failed me. We go to the court. Now remember, now she in there fucking 2 months already. It was 2 months before I even got a court case. It was almost close to December. And the law is 10 days and that's it. You're supposed to be gone. Well, you know this mother told the judge? She said, "Well, Judge, I'm getting ready to go to Africa on vacation. And I can't be out by that time. We have to reschedule this." I wait for the judge to say, "Bitch, please." The judge looked over to the fucking I couldn't believe this shit. The judge looked to the calendar. Said, "So and so the 18th. Will you be back by the 18th of so and such?" She said, "Yeah, I should be back by then." I said, "What? We're gonna reschedule." I said, "Objection." The judge said, "You can't say that." I said, "The law says 10 days. Well, you heard she's going to Africa." I said, "If she's going to Africa, how come she can't fucking pay her rent? You know how much it costs to get to fucking Africa? The rent is only fucking $500. That's why we're here. She just told you she's going to fucking Africa. And you're gonna postpone this shit till she get back and spend my money? She ain't going to no damn Africa. She just said that shit. Oh my God. That was the wildest shit. Oh, see, I told you I got a ton of stories. So Barbara just reminded me of something. So when Leonard goes back to Buffalo, New York, now he's gone now. I went to a concert. Who the fuck was it? Average White Band and Tower of fucking Power. Oh my fucking God. That was, oh my God. That concert was like at the Motor City Soundstage. Oh man, I was waiting for this concert. So I'm sitting here enjoying the concert, hey, doing my ghetto thing, hey, and my phone rings. Now music is loud. I can't really hear who the fuck it is, but I programmed people's names in. I see it was oh my God, Ron. It was Ron in Pittsburgh. Ron, my man, right? So it was Ron in Pittsburgh, and he said, I said, "I can't hear you, man." He said, Leonard, I had to put it real close to my head. Leonard on Periscope talking shit about you right now. I said, "Oh yeah, okay, man. I'm at a concert, man." So I hung up. I'm going back to my hey. I I get a text from Nicole in California. Leonard talking so much shit about you, blah blah blah, on Periscope right now. Blah. I said, "What the fuck?" Concert goes on. Concert goes on. Now Now I get a text from Tanya in St. Louis. Leonard going in on you. I said, what the fuck? So Rod ended up calling back. Man, he's talking big shit now, man. I said, oh my God. Let me see what the fuck this is. I'm sitting at the fucking concert trying to enjoy the fucking concert. So I log on the fucking Periscope. I'm still Leonard's friend on Periscope at this point. So I go into his fucking room. There's a lot of people in there. He talking cash shit. I'm listening. I'm catching this shit. He talking. He ain't shit. Blah, blah, blah. He used to be Lori. Blah, 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 blah. So what the fuck? And somebody, I read the comment. Somebody said, "Shea in the room. Shea in the room." So once he realized and read that Shea was in the room, he shut the scope down. He killed it right off the bat. He shut it down because he found out I was in the room and hearing that shit he's talking. Remember that, Big John? Man, I told you I got story after story. I've been with a lot of shit. A lot of shit. A lot. I got a lot of favorite stories though. Did they put any trash in front of the house? No, they didn't. I've been going by there every day. We got signs out there, no illegal dumping and all that shit. So we'll see. How much is the rent at Doc's house? His new place, we still working on it. But I'm thinking we're gonna. It's a 3 unit, and I think downstairs we're gonna get between 12 and 1300, and the two one bedroom units upstairs at 900 apiece. They didn't get those guys. Nope, they didn't get them. Nope, Joanne, they didn't get them. You know, Pookie Ray Ray's elusive. Daryl said when he pulled up, he said he looked, they was fucking gone, like roaches. Yep. I cannot believe I'm doing this real talk right now. Be honest with you, I didn't think nobody was gonna come in because I hadn't done a real talk in months. And Byron thought that I might have gave up on him, and I didn't. It's because of him, because he keeps saying, "Hey, you going on? You coming on?" So he keeps it in the back of my mind. So at the last minute, I said, "Well, let me go on." It was last minute, and I just said, "You watch my latest videos. I got quite a few of them, and I'm throwing a whole bunch of flashbacks too." I said, "Let me come on." I said, "If it ain't nothing but maybe two people in the fucking room, I'll just do my thing." When Joanne popped in, I knew already it was. She said she was ready. She didn't give a shit who wasn't here because she could ready to go to the store to get tomorrow's dinner, and said, "No, I'm gonna stick here and watch this. I'm just gonna order this shit from Jews. I ain't gonna miss this shit." So yeah, she was. Joanne was actually the first person believed that was in the room. Do you think it was the people next door? No. The tomato lady, that woman is bats. I mean, hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. Hold on. hiding behind this tree over there. Stop right there. You guys, you see that tree? You see that tree behind me, Dave? Across the tree? Don't point at it. You see the tree? There's a lady right behind that tree. She's behind there. She's behind there. She's sitting there just peeking. Why don't she stick her head back out? You see her yet? She's looking at that tree. That's what makes our video so interesting, because we run across some stuff that's, just incredible. That lady is actually behind that tree right now, hiding behind the tree, staring over here at us. A grown woman, not a kid. Now she's walking away. Cocoa Pops. Marcy, don't get discouraged. I don't. What the hell was that? She threw that. Yeah. Did you see her throw that? She threw it. She throwing something else at us. Come on, yeah. That lady just threw a tomato at us. And she's peeking behind that tree. Let's go ahead and shoot her. Come on. No, come on, man. No, I'm just joking. We're gonna get ready to get in the car, because this woman actually is crazy. She has issues. We don't know her. We just over here doing a preview. Man, she's doing something else. You got a problem? Get in the car. Come on. Keep it rolling. For what? This is your home? You live here? What'd you say? All these houses are my home, all these houses are your home? Oh, you crazy as hell. Come on here, Dave. What you doing? Why you throwing stuff at me, honey? I'm not throwing nothing at you. I got something I can throw back at you. It ain't gonna be no damn tomato. You on the street? I own the house. No, you don't. You don't own nothing. You're crazy than a goddamn backstreet boy. Keep recording, though. Keep recording. We are. Okay. We are. Come on. Oh, shit, dude. Look at him. I got him. She lives in this neighborhood? We sitting here working for the bank. What? What do you want to go? What do you want to go? She might throw a tomato in here. Why are you throwing stuff at us? Yeah, that's what I want to make it. And the Powerball. Get at you. Let's do it behind the tree again. Come on, man. Where'd she go? Behind the tree. How many minutes there? Damn, 11. 11? Yeah. Marcy, you see what kind of stuff we got to put up with? We do these videos, and we run across all types of situations. And here's a perfect situation that we run across stuff like this. Now, we're doing a video for you, right? And this crazy woman here is throwing tomatoes at us. Saying she owns a neighborhood. You know she's crazy than a Betsy bug. Every house on the block. There she is right there. You take care. This crazy ass. Yeah, mama! Better watch her, man. She comes. She's up to you. That's what we do it all the time. I know she's crazy. I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You just can't. I mean, the Shea show is so real. I'm not saying it because I do it. I'm saying it because I don't know what kind of shit we're gonna run into. Now this one here, hey Denise. Now I'm sorry, this is one of my favorite ones.
One of the main problems these guys is having is getting around this curve, this angle. This is a main angle coming down these steps. It's very narrow, and then you got four guys trying to get down this narrow stairway with a 700-800 pound boiler. It just don't work. So they have to take it back out. They have to strip it all the way down to scratch. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Hold on, please. Yeah, all right. With the steps. Look how narrow the steps is.
Okay, now what we're gonna do? Okay, hold on, bro. We're tucking it up. I want the dolly lip right there. Up in the doorway. Okay, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna speed this up now. So for those of you who don't know what this video is called Key Feedback. I had an investor who bought in New York who bought this house on Chicago Boulevard in Detroit. And so it's a really big house, so it needed radiators. And it needed new radiators, it needed a new boiler, everything. Well, Lonzo was my heating and cooling guy. So he got the job to put this this boiler in this house for $15,000. And so in this video, they got the boiler new, and it's like five guys trying to get this 800-pound boiler down in the basement. So I'm gonna speed it up at some point. So what happens is, by the time they finally get it down there in the basement, you know, they Chris was really bitching about everything was going on, and no, Lonzo was. He was like talking about it, and so Chris was saying like, why you want to keep talking about this shit? We down in the basement. Let's get this shit done. And it all came down to this guy's feet. It was bad. His feet was kind of like really rough shape. So if you put your foot against something, you're supposed to brace your foot something, but you couldn't do it. So here's that part now. We're gonna get to the part where they got in the basement and started talking about this fucking feet shit.
Y'all can have that truck within the budget.
Nice meeting you, Gabby. Nice meeting you, brother. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Me and Gabby work together. We ain't never had that much. All right, brother. All right, Gabby. Yeah, that's good. I gotta get out the street for the police. Yeah.
Riding dirty.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Right, ain't your fault.
So, it's that from 9:30 to 12.
9:12.
So I'll be at 9:40.
It's 9:40.
And I say that about 10 out of 12, then it comes.
I still know the hell you talking about.
What's up? That motherfucker was heavy getting that thing down there. Man, my whole hand split wide open trying to hold that shit. I told you to put Carlos up there with you because my man got bad feet. He got bad fucking feet. He can't use it. That's what I'm saying. That's why you should have had Carlos up there. I think I can tell. I can tell he's walking like this, Chris. So now his feet just fucking big. Which one are you about now? The one in the back. Let's just get loose. So we can put all the skin. Look at that Carlos up there, but man, you see this? Is he walking like this? His feet ain't no good. He can't hold shit straight up. I didn't hold myself from bringing the boiler down. The people on the ground, they weren't turning it right. Well, that's what I said. And then the thing is, 4 people talking, trying to go do their own thing. I said, hold on, just listen to me. One time, brother. One time. That's all I ask. Give me one shot. Once we got, can I get one shot at it? Right. I'm saying once we got it there, I should have had Carlos up here with you because you needed the extra strength to try to hold it. I didn't need the extra strength. What it was every time we tilted it, and he was supposed to have his foot back. He's big bad. You know, all you got to do is I didn't need all that wood. You see that nigga beat bad. I know one person helped up. That's all we needed. Mr. Wood, let's see that nigga feet bad. The nigga feet bad. The nigga couldn't put his feet up against there. You got Molly with your feet there. He couldn't. His feet there, they're coming out the gym shoes. All right. Let's just take that bitch back upstairs. Take it upstairs. Then I want your goddamn idea of getting it downstairs. See how long we're going to be here. Let's get it down. Oh, man. It's a scam, man. I thought that was already done. Remember, the top piece is the longer piece that goes across here. So there you go. All right, there. We got to run a water in here. I just slice my hand all the fuck up. That's the longer piece, Carl. It's on the truck. You can't always tell my man to put his feet there. He got that.
He would not let that shit go. He talk about that man with the bad. Even when I turned the fucking camera off, he's still talking about that man with the bad feet. Yeah, John, I do have a mini camera, but a mini tripod. I do have one. But see, what it is, the camera on my computer is at the top of the computer, and the tripod would have to be right here. I would still have to hold it up to the camera some type of way. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, but I do have a big camera too, though. But it's about getting it close to this camera so I can get so you can see it clear. You know how Lonzo? Do you see what I'm trying to say? When Lonzo first said that shit, I broke out like, "What the hell did he just say?" You see what I'm trying to say? So, like I said, I want to just come on for a few. It was a last minute thing, and I said I probably wasn't gonna be here long, but but since Joanne came in too, and I said she's hanging out, then Lynn is here, Big John, Denise. What's going on, Denise? Hey, Denise, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I know you miss Susie, but when it's my time to go, we will finally get to gate 8. We will finally get to gate 8 together. Denise's mom passed away, and So her and her mom washed me. Used to wash me. And so me and her mother had this running joke that she's gonna come down here and visit. And I said, I'll meet you at gate 8. So every time I would talk to Denise or her mom, she's like, hey, remember next week I'm gonna meet you at gate 8. She said, I'm gonna be there. We will always do this running thing with this gate 8 thing. But she passed away. She's a really, really good woman. And I know you miss her. I know you miss your Susie. I miss my Susie too. And when it's my time, we will meet at gate 8. Yes, we will. Doing in the dark? You know what? I do want to do one in the dark. I do. I might do one tonight when I get off. When I do one in the dark, I get real deep. When I do my real talks in the dark, I get really, 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 really deep. I mean, I dig down deep because there's some things I want to fucking say about what's going on with the world and how it's being ran right now. There's a lot I want to fucking say. And not because I'm a Republican or a Democrat or or independent. It's just when I see something that's not right or I think that's wrong, I think I have a right just to speak on it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who's in office. That doesn't. Well, it does concern me, but I'm not a person who just bash somebody just because I want to bash somebody. But if I see somebody doing something, they're supposed to be representing me and saying things that that represent all of us in a way where the rest of the world looks at us like, what the fuck is going on over there? It concerns me. It really concerns me. As you guys know, I got clients from all over the world, from Hong Kong to Israel, Germany, Singapore, UK, Scotland, Arizona, Australia, all over, different parts of the world. And they call me. They call me and say, Shea, what is going on there in the States? What is going on? How could you people allow that type of shit? That's crazy what we're looking at right now. I said, it's not us. I'm not allowing shit. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not allowing shit. We got people who can put a stop to a lot of this shit and try to make this shit be normal. What you're saying and what you're doing is not normal. If you got a problem with something, you can. It's a constructive way to say what the problem is and how the problem can be fixed without without calling people names and making fun of people. These are things that we tell our kids not to do when they're growing up and they go to school, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. They get picked on and somebody call them a name and they get all uptight and upset. We teach our kids to ignore shit like that. We do. But when you have somebody who's like running the country talking like that, that's a problem. Now, most of my friends, a lot of my friends are Trump supporters. And, they know how I get out already. They know what I feel. But I respect what they feel. I respect who they support. Because I think we all got the right to support who we want to support. And I have no issue with that. I don't give a fuck who in office. When I see the president of the United States talking a certain way, and and doing what he's doing, that's a problem. I don't give a fuck if it was Biden. I don't care if it was Clinton, Bush, whoever in the office doing that same shit or talking a certain way. I'm gonna say the same fucking thing that I'm saying right now. So to me, it's not about being a Republican or hey, you a Democrat. No, I'm just a man with common sense who raised my kids not to do certain things that I'm seeing. I think everybody should have a problem with that. Whether you think this person's policies or whatever they are, I don't. Anyway, if you think that's okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's your right to believe what you want to fucking believe. I get it. But I'm talking about the ways a person presents himself to the world, who represents you. You shouldn't want your president of the United States to go on a stage and talk a certain way. You just shouldn't. Even though a lot of you say, hey, that's who he is, and that's why people don't understand because it's raw, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But a person in position, especially a high position, still should be able to know how to handle him or herself on the world stage. And you must admit, talking that way doesn't solve the issues or the problem. When they see that you going after people for making fun of you and making jokes about you, and you going after people like that. That's not. We got bigger problems here. Healthcare, people who count off of food stamps, school programs. It's just a lot of shit that we need to be focused on here. Infrastructure, everything. We shouldn't want to let somebody take up so much time talking about other shit that got nothing to do with us. Nothing. Let's get back to the issues. We got problems here. We put a certain person in, well, I didn't. Somebody put somebody in place to help sort these issues and problems out. But instead, we get this. John said, I got to chill with the AI videos. I'm sorry, but it's just sometimes we get like that, John. I ain't got no girlfriend. I ain't got no dedicated woman. I ain't got none of that. I have work. I have work every day. I know I need to do more than what I do sometimes. I know I need more of a personal life. I get it. I do. But it's so different now out here. I know you are, Big John. I know you are. It's so different out here. At my age, not saying the pickings is slim, because a lot of people out there my age. But it's rough starting all over again. It's rough. Just the thought of it sometimes is just starting over. Sometimes it takes a year or two to learn somebody. Sometimes you never learn people, but you'll be able to see certain things off the bat that would say, "Hey, I don't want to be with this person," or that's not the one. So I don't know. I don't really go anywhere to really meet nobody. I mean, I'm like work, gas station, get my coffee, the store from time to time, my office, um, going to a house, see what the contractor's doing. So I don't get a chance to really meet nobody like that. Where I can actually sit down and say, "Hey," put my fucking Barry White robe on and shit, and play some Mac music and shit, and get my Mac on. I can't do none of that shit. But but one day, I don't know, and then it might not. But when I do, When I do, I'm going to I'm going to do what needs to be done to make it happen. So I'm going to take you all the way back. I'm going to choose you. I had to do that. I'm sorry. But when I meet one, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to choose her. Well, I tell you what, for this being my first time back in several months, matter of fact, this might be my first video of this year. Real talk. I don't know, maybe second. But I tell you, I brought the fire. I didn't miss a beat. And although it's only like 12 of us here, there's gonna be hundreds who are gonna really be mad that they really missed this live comeback of Shea from the Shea Show on Shea Show Real Talk. Oh my God. I think it was my first one this year. I think it was. But anyway, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm getting ready to get off because lightning might strike again tomorrow. I wanted to come on last minute tonight and just we have a little intimate setting right now, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And Joanne, before I close out, I want to thank you because you was going to the store to get dinner for tomorrow, and you decided to wait and hang out with me. And I appreciate that. And she's the first one in the room. And before I say anything one more, I know my buddy Mike. Mike is in Baltimore. Mike is a big Shea Show fan. But I also adopted him as my little brother. Even though he's 63 and I'm 66, he's still my little brother. So he and I are brothers. And he lost his wife Joanne last week. He called me. Soon as she passed, he sent me a text and saying that his wife was in the hospital and she wasn't doing good. People go to the hospital all the time and they're not feeling good, whatnot. But he said it's not looking good. I'm like, this is serious, So I waited. I said, well, I said no. I sent a text. I said I'll be praying for her. The next day, no, 2 days later, I got a text at 8:00 in the morning. It was Mike. He called me first, but I couldn't get to the phone, and said his wife had just passed. Joanne had just passed, and so at that point, I had to call him. When I read that text, I said, "Shit, I got to call this brother. I got to call my little brother right now and check on him because he just lost his wife. I know what that shit is like. I know what that is like. So I called him. He picked up the phone and said, "Brother, thank you for calling." I said, "Yeah, man, I just read your text, man. You just lost Joanne, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I mean, if there's anything I can do, man, just let me know. If there's something I can do." He said, "Well, just talking to you right now is good enough for me right now." I said, "That means a lot that you reached out and you called me." I said, "Yeah, you my brother. You my little brother, man. You know I got to check on you, man." I never even met him before. I never even met Mike before. But I've been to Baltimore because my brother lived in Baltimore. So yeah, so I talked to him for, I don't know, we talked about 35, 40 minutes, somewhere around there. I was trying to feel, I feel bad for him, and we was just talking, and I was just, talking about, he said, "Yeah, man, I watched the video when you lost your queen." I said, "Yeah, man, it was rough, bro. It was rough." I said, it's gonna be rough, brother. It is. I said, "I'm not even gonna hold you up." I said, as time go by, you'll start to get a little bit more ease with it, but but don't be surprised or alarmed if out of the blue you just break down and you just start crying. I said, don't you get like that, man. Don't hold it in. It's a release valve. Let it go. That's Tears are a release valve. We can't hold that shit in. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it all out. Because I done it. I still do it. So we talk. So yeah, I talked to him today. He's doing better. And he said he was going to go to work. He said, "I'm gonna go back to work, man. I got to move on." I said, "There you go." So he sent me a text saying he was gonna go to work tonight. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? He said, "I'm going to work tonight, man. I really missed the real talk." See, I'm doing a real talk for you right now. I'm talking about you right now. You just said it. And he also said, "With good people in our prayers, I will be the weight that weight off my back." Sometimes just having a good person to talk to makes all the difference. It does. And I'm glad that I was able to be there for you, brother. As long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there for everybody who's here right now. I'm going to be there for Joanne. I'm going to be there for Barbara, because I met Barbara. I'm going to be there for Big John. I'm going to be here for Joanne. Everybody, anybody who need me to be there for them, I'm here. Because you know why? We are a Shea Show family. Don't ever forget that. So with that being said, I'm in the stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, especially you, Joanne, and all you people who are watching now on the replay right now. Don't you wish you should have been here? Yeah.